So, on May 16, 2018, OnePlus released the OnePlus 6 smartphone. And as a part of this release, they had asked for Linus Tech Tips to come and do a sponsored factory tour of where they make the phone. So Linus and Brandon go to China, they film the video, they bring back all the footage, 4 hours worth, and I'm the editor assigned to make the factory tour video. Now, I can't show you any of this footage because it's all under a non-disclosure agreement. Factories like this are potentially full of all sorts of trade secrets and other stuff that they wouldn't want to be made public. So before we release a video like this, we always send it to the company first, and they'll look it over frame by frame if necessary to make sure that they're not leaking any information. So the only footage that you are allowed to see is from this video right here. So anyway, in the process of editing this video, I came across a shot of one employee handing a phone to another, and their hands touch in slow motion. And my mind was transported back in time, 12 years, to a music video of the song Such Great Heights by the Postal Service, where there is a shot of two people in a clean room handing off a wafer. And it's the climax of the whole video. Now, if you have not seen that music video yet, you should definitely go watch it to understand what the heck I'm gonna talk about here. There's a link in the description, put me on pause, go watch it. So I'm thinking, I bet I could recreate the entire music video using nothing but footage from this factory tour. So I stayed after work that day and downloaded the music video, and I cut it up so that I could see every single shot, and then I just went through the factory footage and slowly but surely found appropriate shots that matched what was going on in the music video. When I was finished, I watched it back a few times, and it was by no means perfect, but it was a lot better than I expected. And I really wanted to share it, but I couldn't because all the footage is under NDA. There's nothing I can do. No one will ever get to see this video. So I'm sitting there thinking, why was I so compelled to make this? Why, now that it's done, am I so disappointed that I don't get to share it? And then it hit me. I'm an artist. I always have been, but I didn't know it. Now, dear viewer, I'm not sure how you're reacting to this revelation. Maybe you've always thought of me as an artist. Or maybe you think he edits tech videos, that's not art. Or maybe you're thinking, hang on, didn't he say something about being an artist already? Let me find the clip. To be an artist is to be perpetually dissatisfied with your own work. And of course, the more you learn, the more you know you don't know. Yeah, I did say that. I'm not sure how to explain it exactly, but it's like art was just this tool that I used to make better videos for my employer. But now, I've realized that art is this fundamental part of me. It's something that I need to make, something that I'll continue to make for as long as I live. That's a pretty major shift in perspective. I've come to realize that the entire reason I created this personal YouTube channel was for the creative release that it allowed. I can't always get that from my regular job. Creativity, it turns out, is not just something that I can turn on and off like a faucet. It demands expression. I didn't know that before. Making this video taught me what it means for me to be an artist, which is why it's the most important video I have ever made. And no one can see it. Did you know I've edited over 1,000 videos by now? 1,000. Looking back, a lot of my actions make sense now. Things I did without really knowing why. I spent years making Flash animations in my spare time. Before that, I was making animations in PowerPoint and getting in trouble with the teachers at school because I was only supposed to be doing school stuff on school computers. Before that, I was drawing comics and flip books. And for the past 4 years at Linus Media Group, I've been pushing to make better videos. For example, did you know that the intro to this video was completely my idea? Brandon had shot a bunch of really nice B-roll footage, but there was nowhere in the video that it could go because the entire video is the assembling of this computer. And at the end, I had to put a bunch of benchmarking graphs. So I thought, why don't I just cut this to music and make that the intro? And as Luke was about to go film the real intro, I showed him. And he said, whoa, okay, let's do that. So we did. And I think that this might be the very first glam montage we ever did. I could be wrong. Let me know if you find an example earlier than February 2017. On a recent Fast as Possible episode, I gave Spectre and Meltdown each their own voices and method of movement and transitions. I did that because I wanted to, but none of it was in the script. And Project Backpack, like many videos, didn't have a script. I received this just massive pile of footage and no information, so I asked Linus about it, and he says, well, it's a sponsored video about a projector. We didn't have much of a plan, we just shot a bunch of stuff. Make it good. So I did. And the result surprised everyone. The viewers thought that someone else had made that video. I did not know that I was capable of that kind of creative editing until I tried. And I also didn't know that I was capable of editing a documentary until I tried it. And now, The Legend of the Barrier Skip is the most popular video on my personal channel. It doesn't really matter. I mean, saying that a video gets a lot of views is just sort of a shortcut to saying that it's a good video. There are a lot of terrible videos on YouTube with millions of views. What I really care about is how does it make people feel? And people really loved that one, so I'm satisfied. But it was really good to learn that my work is able to stand on its own. In fact, the most common comment on that video is, oh, I had no idea that the editor from Linus Tech Tips made this. Yeah, I did. You know, I think part of the reason I was so reluctant to call myself an artist for so long is because for most of my life I've made bad art, and I still do. There's nothing wrong with making bad art, but there is something wrong with thinking that your bad art is good. And I saw a lot of that at Denver School of the Arts. I met so many kids who thought they were making great art, and they just weren't. Go to deviantart.com and sort by new, and you'll get a pretty good representation of what the art looks like coming out of many of the art schools that I've seen. You've got some really talented people, and then you've got some people who think they're really talented. It is dangerous to be surrounded by yes men. And yeah, I do strongly believe that art is more objective than subjective. There are rules, and you must learn them before you break them. When you're just starting out, it is very difficult to be objective about your own work. I'm not immune to this. I thought my animations were awesome. I was winning film festivals. Everybody said they were great, but looking back on them, they were just the best animations being made at my school at the time. If you went onto newgrounds.com, even then, you'd find tons of work that was better than mine, from kids who were younger than me. And yeah, comparing your arts to other people who are clearly much better than you is perhaps a terrible idea and very bad for your morale, but that's what I'm striving towards. And yet, I haven't drawn anything for 10 years because I know that my drawn art is bad. So maybe a little self-delusion is a good thing. I do know this for sure. Enthusiasm is the most important thing that you can have, not just in art. There's a whole subculture based upon enjoying bad movies. And I think the reason why these movies are so bad they're good is because they were made with enthusiasm. That's the most common denominator across all of them. So, when you combine enthusiasm, objectivity, and a genuine desire to improve, you will. And eventually, you get something like this. This is the work of a man named Phil Holland, who I met at NAB one year. This might be the greatest camera shot I have ever seen. This shot doesn't even look good at 1080p on YouTube. The bitrate is not high enough. You have to watch it at 4K, and the original is 12K. The sun has set, and yet there is no digital noise. There's no motion blur. There's no frame judder, at least in the original. There's no post-stabilization jello effect. There's no interpolated frames. And most impressively, this is slow motion. I didn't even know a shot like this was possible. What's he gonna be making a year from now? Or 5 years from now? Ladies and gentlemen, I am not even worthy of editing this. Really. To put it in this video to show you, I had to transcode it somehow and I couldn't do it. I've never worked with a file like this. What you're looking at is my best attempt, but go watch it on Phil's channel, because it looks even better over there. I know that many of you look up to me as a source of guidance or inspiration. 2 people so far have told me that they owe their career to me. I am honored to hear that. But let me tell you some of the people that I look up to. Phil Holland, as you have seen, Tom Scott, Isaac Arthur, Monty Ohm, Alan Melnick, Captain Disillusion, Walter Murch, Chris Hadfield, Hayao Miyazaki, Makoto Shinkai, and Noah Bradley. Read this article. It's amazing. Now that I know I'm an artist, the direction of my life has changed somewhat. For example, I already know what I want my magnum opus to be. It's going to take me a long time to make. But in the meantime, thank you for watching this video, and any of my 1,000 other videos. It is wonderful to have an audience. Until next time, I wish you the best.